welcome to Vlogmas 18. Yeah, it's the 18th, and today Patty actually gave me this idea of showing y'all how the Fable app works. That's not going to be the only thing we focus on the vlog. I will be talking about what I'm reading. My books are out of order over here, so let me fix that. But y'all know I have a Fable book club that is really going to be kicking off in the new year in 2025, and that is a little less than 2 weeks away now, and I want to show y'all how to use this app because I am always really intimidated when I get a new app. I'm like, oh my gosh, how is this going to work? I'm scared to press any button because I don't want to I didn't want to accidentally make a club. I didn't want to accidentally join a club that I didn't want to be a part of and all of that. So I'm going to be showing you I'm going to be showing y'all the mobile version because I think that's just the more accessible of how to use Fable, but they do have a website as well. So if y'all prefer to do things on a computer, you can do so. But in this video, I'm going to show y'all how to use the app on your phone or iPad because that has been, for me personally, what has been easier to use. And I want to show y'all the easiest way possible because, you know, yeah. So we're going to click the Fable app here. And it instantly goes to the club page because that's the last page that I was on. But you do have a home page and you see you have the books that you are currently reading up there. I haven't read today, so I'm not going to press that yet. But when you click I've read today, then you can update it like any other like Goodreads or something like that by putting in what page number you got to or what % you got to in the book. Not really, this app doesn't really have it where you can mark if it's an ebook, a audiobook or physical book, because I'm doing a audiobook for City of Dusk. Luckily I do have a physical copy with me, but I wouldn't really know what I was at if I was just doing the audiobook. But as you can see, there's a feed. This is for you, so not necessarily people I'm friends with. I didn't even know you could see the friends up there. But you can just scroll through. These are all people who have similar interests as you. Like this one is because you want to read this book, which is Caravel. Then there's because you reviewed this book, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And then they have people that you could possibly add as a friend because you have read similar books. So as you can see, they have all those options for you to connect with other people. I don't really use this feature. I just don't. But then we have our club feature. So you can find clubs by... You can go clubs for you, so different genres and everything, or starting with something new. You can see they have just all these different clubs you can find. They have TV clubs for people watching TV shows. There's giveaway clubs. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Inspiring, so I guess it's different genres like self-help books. And then free books, apparently. Yeah, classics are usually free. And so you can just do these by genre, like science fiction, fantasy, thrillers. And then there are thousands more book clubs on Fable. You can browse by genre, book, create your own, or view all. But we're going to be looking at my personal book club because I know how mine works. We're going to click that here. And here's the book that we are currently reading, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. So once you join, you have the club lobby. Now this is not going to change. This club lobby is going to be there the entire time the book club exists. So do not, I mean you could, but don't really post about the book that's currently being read because this is just a generalized section. Like this is where we will vote for the next book and all of that. And yeah, I didn't really realize what the lobby is for because as you can see, some of us were using it as to talk about the book, but really that's what these all chapters are for. But then you have the kickoff, and this will be about the book that you're actually reading, maybe before you get into it, and that's where the announcement of what the book being read that month is going to be. And then I, like I said, I'd be reading it physically. Then my friend Marquise, he sent the a picture of his copy of the book, and you can just talk about the book, like generally talk about there, not talk about the plot or anything. And then we can go here, and then here you will have all the chapters. And as you can see, there's a chat or discussion room for each chapter. So we'll look at chapter 1. and you can put your thoughts, and then like people can reply to your thoughts. You can even add a picture, and then you can add a quote like that. You can even scan the page and it will put the quote there. I personally just find it easier to type it because, y'all know, technology isn't perfect. So you have all of that where you can talk in each channel about that said chapter. And then at the end, you will have a reflection section. So this is where to talk about where you can put your review, where you can put your rating, and you can even click results. And this is the average rating for people who have finished the book. A 2.6 this month was not great. It wasn't great for the book club on our thoughts. And after all of that, you will then go back to the lobby, and that's where the next month's book, where you can vote for what the read next month will be. But as you can see, there is a schedule section. There's no real schedule to my book club. You have all month to read the book. So you have the kickoff, which is usually the first of the month, you know, sometime around there, so December 2nd. And then you have the reflection at the end of the month, which is December 31st. Now, I've seen people where they have discussions where they talk to everybody where it makes it seem like it was a voice or a video chat. I'm intrigued by that, but I have not seen where you get that option from. I don't know if you have to pay for it or if it even exists. I don't know, but I've been seeing that. Also, you can see this clock right there, and you can see past discussions of the books that we've read previously if you would like to. Oh, I'm just seeing, I don't know why I'm just getting the notifications for that, but okay, because I have seen that stuff. But as you can see the previous month's discussions, and it looks like you can even add in thoughts. So yeah, even if it takes you longer than these dates to read the book, you can still go back and add your thoughts. So there's no time limit at all for how long it might take you to read a book. I really like that. I didn't realize you could do that. And I just think that makes it even more accessible because everybody has their own pace for things. And I think it's important to learn at your own pace. You shouldn't be rushed into things. And so I love that for Fable to do all that. So that's my little tour of the Fable app. Obviously there were those other options, but we are looking at for book club purposes, and I will let y'all just explore the other options, the more personal ones, because I didn't start using those like personal ones to track my reading and everything until this month. But the book club part is the one that I know more about because I've been doing it for 3 months now, and I wanted to be the guinea pig for y'all. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. I'm not really like a tour guide of social media. I haven't really done something like that before, so I hope that it helped a little bit, but I will be getting into reading later. It's still pretty early in the day because I went out to eat today, and I like to be one of the first ones there. The place opens at 11, so you know, it is currently 12:33. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I think I'm just gonna look at some things online, look at news and all of that, and then I will watch Rome later. Y'all know I usually watch that. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it while I eat my lunch today because my lunch, I know this, I have 4 meals a day. We talk about this all the time. It's gonna be kind of messy because it's wings, so I don't know if I want to watch TV while, because y'all know I have to be clicking stuff and everything. So I don't know when I'm gonna get to that, but you know, those are the plans so far for today, and then I will be going to Target later. I did a lot. I read, I went to Target, had a meal, walked the dogs, and now I am here, and Fred, I don't think that's a good idea for him to jump right there. Y'all can see the towel where it's at. Okay, he came out from underneath. Good, you didn't knock down the tree. I thought you would. He loves the tree, but don't sit on the button. Okay. No, don't go back. I told him he didn't need to jump down here, though. I'm just going to show y'all what I got at Target, but he seems to have a mind of his own. Okay. So I do want to show y'all the 2 more bookish things that I got. I didn't really get that much stuff today anyway, but I got this Marie Kondo. Oh, I didn't even realize the page is like half ripped out, but this Marie Kondo planner, and for 2025, because the reading journal I got doesn't have like these day-to-day calendars, and I like to keep track of my how many pages I read a day, just for no reason. I just like seeing that. And then for my videos, to have a physical calendar where I can actually plan them and plan my movie watching. I did get one book. I was gonna get this in my book of the month order, but I was like, they're having the buy one get one 50% off at Target. No, I could not find the other book I wanted, so I actually ended up spending more money than I would have if I got it at book of the month. But, you know, too late now. So this is The Wedding People by Allison Espach. I've heard fantastic things about this. This is a lot of people's favorite books. This might have been best literary fiction or whatever on Goodreads this year. I don't remember, but I've heard a lot of great things, so I finally decided to pick it up. So, a propulsive and uncommonly wise novel about one unexpected wedding guest and the surprise people who help her start anew. In terms absurdly funny and devastatingly tender, the book is ultimately an incredible, nuanced, and resonant look at the winding paths we can take to places we never imagined, and the chance encounters it sometimes takes to reroute us. And isn't that true? Isn't that true? I'm seeing if there's any. No, there's nothing like, you know, they make books all pretty nowadays, I guess. You know, they do the fancy end pages and everything. So that's the book I got, and then I got the planner, and I have, okay, the planner is back here. That is what I got at Target today. I am going to give y'all my reading update on City of Dusk for the day. I got to 46%, and that being 96 pages read. I don't know how many hours listened to that is, but probably around like 2.5 to 3 hours. That's usually how often I read in a day. But oh, I still have to get into Outlander, so more around like 2.5 hours. But I read a good chunk. This is the biggest chunk I've read so far of this book, and yeah, honestly, 2-star vibes. I know with fantasy there's a lot of building, so maybe it will get better as the story picks up, but I am not sure. I want to go through my notes. But as I was saying, we are going in circles here. This book could be diced down a whole lot. There are a lot of points where I'm like, can we get back to our action of getting the 4 heirs together, breaking the spear, or whatever it is that they're trying to do. So the world, they're trying to save the world, essentially save their city of Nexus, which is right here. I'm like, can we just come together and save the city or world or whatever, rather than dilly-dallying with all these other things that I don't really think are that essential to the story. Like, I get that they could be building stones, but I feel like we're going in circles, and there's a great quote that I'm going to use for that later. But on page 156, this was another quote that I thought was good. They're talking about with Angelica's training, blah, 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 with her magic, but goal, not a dream. And that made me realize goals and dreams are 2 different things, but obviously you can dream about your goal, but if you really want to accomplish something, if you, like your dream, you need to set it as a goal. And I just never thought of how the 2 can be different, how they can be the same, and so on. But that really made me rethink some things, and I really like this. It made me think a lot, and altered something in my brain that I want these things to happen, so therefore they need to be goals and not just sitting around dreaming. And Tay, I learned how to say it. It's like Tay. I wrote down the Tay-sia is how you pronounce the character's name, the character I don't like. She's attracted to everyone. She meets this person who they're gonna probably go on a side quest together, and I do think he's gonna be more important later on, but she's literally attracted to every single person she meets. And I mean, good for you that you think everybody is attractive and want to sleep with everybody. Like, that is cool. And then there was a section on grief on page 159, this paragraph that I'm going to read to y'all here. Let me get to the page. Where is it? Did I write down the wrong page? I think that I did, but I did take a picture on my phone, so thank God that I did that, because I don't think it was at Angelica's perspective. It wasn't, so I definitely got the wrong page here, so let me just cross that out. And the paragraph says, grief was not a simple thing. It crushed and gnawed, turning you to gristle between its teeth. When it eventually spat you out, it left you broken down and stripped into layers, left you to carefully rebuild what had survived and discard what no longer fit. Especially that last section, I had never really thought about that, how you've survived and now you have to realize or come to terms with what you don't need in your life anymore. Some reflective and thought-provoking quotes. What is the difference in reflective and thought-provoking if you use StoryGraph? We're talking about all these apps today, but does reflect mean you think about your own life, and thought-provoking just mean thoughts in general? I think the two are very similar. Let me know. And is Nicholas a bastard? Is that why he's having issues with his struggles to see the light and being a seer? Is that why? I don't know. And then I think that there is the person who is the conjurer, who's bringing up the people from the dead and all of that. I think it could be this one character, maybe sleepwalking, I say in quotes, doing things in their sleep and not realizing it, and that maybe it's some kind of possession over her. Not gonna say any more than that. And then feels like a real, nothing in here feels like it's a real threat. They're like, the world, if we don't come together like this and find out how to solve this, the world will literally end. It will be awful. These monsters are going to be coming in from other realms and all of that. But I never feel like there's a threat. I am not immersed in this story. I think that might fall on world building, that I'm just not immersed inside this world. And I'm thinking maybe Nick's dead brother could have something to do with the Conjuring. Don't know, just a theory. And here's a great quote that perfectly describes the plot and the intrigue of this book. Walking in mindless circles instead of carving a path forward. I want us to be focusing on the one thing. We don't need to be going down all these other circles. We need to be on our mission. And yeah, the king has to choose an heir. I think I know who it's going to be, and it will be a shock to the characters, but I feel like this character is the author's favorite character that she's writing. And then there is apparently another person who might come into the scene, to put it, I feel like that's the best way to put it without spoilers. But those are my notes on the City of Dusk today. I think I will be finishing this book on Friday. I have about a little less than 5 hours of the audiobook left, so I think this will be a Friday finish, and then I think we're gonna dive into a nonfiction, a memoir, celebrity memoir next. I realized all the rest of the books on my TBR this month are all audiobooks, which I was not planned or anything. It just happened the way I picked what I was in the mood to read out of my TBR. That's something I also have been doing in 2024 and plan to bring into 2025. So I have my TBR list or whatever. I know I was like, I want y'all to see the tree, but I have my list that I come up with every month, and it's going to be the highest rated books, but I will be like, okay, which one do I want to read right now? The buddy reads will come first, because that's something I kind of neglected last year, where I wouldn't always get to my buddy read because I would just be going down the list in chronological order. But this year, I really started in like August of 2024, and I'm going to continue in 2025. Putting that as my top priority is the buddy read, especially now there's so many people involved with the book club and everything, a handful of people. So I want to put major focus on those books, which are already on my TBR, but then we'll just play around and see whichever I am more in the mood for the books on my TBR. So having a TBR, having a structure, but also going with how I'm feeling, what the vibe is. With this one, I didn't really do that. I just was like, I don't know if I want to read this or read Red Sister. This was just first on the list, and I was like, why not? So that's what I went with, because sometimes I don't really know what I want to do, and I got a 2-star book out of it. But to talk about things I'm watching, I am still watching Rome. I am somewhere in season 2. I don't know how many episodes are in season 2. It's the last season of the show, but I don't know how many episodes there are. It just started pouring down rain. I saw lightning on my security camera, and yeah, it's December. And I think that means snow if there's thunderstorms in December. I could be mistaken. It's an old wives' tale, but I think that's how it goes. But with my TV shows, I am still watching Rome. Love it. The episode I watched today, I felt like was a filler episode, kind of. Not sure. It was still really good, but I think it was more of a filler one. Next, I started Enigma, which is Aaron Rodgers' docu-series on Netflix, which he is one of my favorite NFL players. Probably the player that got me into watching football. And I should say I don't agree with everything he says, but I don't think you'll ever meet somebody in life that you agree with 100% of what they say. But I like how Aaron, we're not talking a football perspective, I guess, because so many people talk about his off-field stuff, but he's not afraid to put his thoughts out there. And even if I don't agree with all those thoughts, I can respect somebody who just lives life and does their thing. And yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's what I like about Aaron Rodgers for his off-field stuff. But yeah, I just want to make it clear I don't agree with everything, because some people will be like, oh my gosh, how do you like him? So I watched the first episode of that. The episodes are over an hour long, which is kind of crazy. And then I think I'm gonna watch Sabrina Carpenter's Christmas special. I don't know what it's called, but the Netflix one. I don't know how long it is or anything. This was just thunder, but this was a random spur of the moment thing today. I was like, we'll watch it, because I didn't even know it was coming out until the end of November, when I had already written out my schedule for Christmas movies and shows and all of that I'd be watching. And I was like, oh, I really like Sabrina Carpenter, so I want to watch that. So I'm gonna watch it tonight, but this is gonna be a long vlog. I'm gonna have to edit this first before I go and watch that, so I'm gonna shut up now. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it all the way through, leave a Christmas emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!